when are you going to do Tarantino? Because he's my ultimate, right? Like Tarantino, Inglourious Bastards might have been my number 3 favorite movie of all time, but Tarantino, he doesn't follow the general, kind of beat sheet of what Hollywood is expecting. When are you going to start doing videos on Tarantino? And what do you feel about Quentin Tarantino?
This is the thing. I've got a backlog of about 1,000 movies that I have to review.
Right.
So I do have a lot to crack on with. Tarantino movies are a really interesting one to review because he obviously has that very unique style. He does long takes. He does really intense dialogue. He can just a scene that could just be two characters sat at a table talking to each other can have you gripped in a way that no amount of special effects or fighting or action ever could. And that's the power of what he can do. And he's got a real knack for casting like really unexpected and quirky and interesting actors in his movies that just somehow work perfectly. I think maybe some of his later films haven't been quite up to his normal standards. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it got a bit of stick for being a bit self-indulgent and a bit long, and I think this can happen after a while. If you've been in it as long as he has, maybe you start to almost emphasize too much the things that you're good at, and you lose sight of some of the other things that you kind of need to have in place for a good movie. He certainly doesn't pump out movie after movie. He takes the projects on that he's really passionate about, and that you got to respect that. So I would want to do his movies justice because there's an awful lot to say about them. So I would really need to take the time to, like, if I was going to do Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction or something like that, the classic Tarantino films, I'd really want to watch them carefully and really make notes and and try and make some good points.